Hi guys, it's Rachel here. Now this is a seriously fly by the seat of my pants video. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm working on, as I said yesterday, the biggest journal of my life. I mean, look how fat that is. I've never done one so big. It's already sold. It's a custom order, and it's going to be a travel journal. So there are going to be 7 signatures, and I'm just playing around with a few things that I may or may not put in it. What I have in my hand, just thought I might show you this, is this gorgeous, I think it's hemp, or is it linen? I don't know. I bought it at the antique market in Gambetta in September, and I just loved it. And I didn't think I thought I might make a coil basket using some of this, because you can thread it into the really big-eyed sort of needle. I will use some of it for that, but I think I might use it for something that I got an idea. Oh dear, now who did I get the idea from? I've watched so many videos these last few days while I'm working, and I only half watch them. You know, I'm normally just listening. I'll have to think about, that's terrible. Who's done these folded over things and then you tie them shut? Who is it? I don't know. Is it Gina at Firefly Studios, or is it Jackie Chimes, or is it Shabby Babby Doodah? I can't remember how you say hers. Anyway, I'm going to use this to tie this shut. So I'll show you what this is in a second. So we're just going to make any manner of things, just crazy things, who knows, that may or may not be included in this journal, which I think I love. I might have to make another. I've got one other of these books. It's super big, you see. I haven't finished it. They're not stitched in, the signatures. It's very heavy, and there's a lot of pages going to go in there, and they all need to be sorted. They're just thrown in there at the moment, so they all need to be sorted, and I need to put in tuck spots and all kinds of things. So I am going to do that before I sew in the pages. Sometimes I glue the pockets in, sometimes I stitch them in, but I want to stitch them in. That's what I'm feeling like today. So I have collected up quite a few images. Just a minute, I have to lean right across over here. She likes also Botticelli, so there'll be quite a few Botticelli images in there. And that is a grotesque design. I think that was by Mantegna. So I have included some Mantegna things that I might stitch into some taggy things and pockets and things like that. I'm not sure. I'm just going to play around with them. And then I've got all my bits and pieces of papers as well that I might like I'm going to make. This is a offcut. I think that's just, that Tim Holtz paper is just so beautiful. It's going to become a tag. And also this one. And then I have selected a few from the tags that I already made a while ago with you guys. These are all going to, that's a pocket. I made that ages ago when I was showing that digital kit. So I think I might include that one as a pocket tuck spotty sort of thing. That's Mantegna, some tags, and that's Giambattista Tiepolo. Or is it Veronese? I can't remember. And this one here, which I love. And then also last night I fussy cut out all of these flowers. So they might slip in there as tuck spots or embellishing things. And then, oh, so many things. And then what I did, which I thought was really cool, was, you know, the Stamperia scrapbooking papers. Their front covers always has, like, it's always divided into things, and it shows you all the different papers. So what I did was I cut them out because they're so pretty, and they'll make beautiful tags. So all I have to do on the back is do something, just so it's not white. Maybe I'll just put some of my recycled paper or some old book paper, and they will become lovely tags. And I've got lots of those, That's a really beautiful book pad. It's oh, I was going to cover that little bit up there, obviously. It's a beautiful book, scrapbooking pad, and there's all these gorgeous things. Like this is going to be an envelope. So I just cut all of that stuff up yesterday as well, or the day before. There's lots of pretty journaling cards that could also, well, they're so pretty. I don't think I've made them pockets because then you lose the back. And they have beautiful tags. That was the music something. I've cut it up, unfortunately, so I can't remember the exact name. But because there's 7 signatures in this one, I'm going to have to put a lot of goodies in there. And also today, in preparation, because I was starting to run out, I've done, not that, I've just stamped some more glassine bags, and some cartapaglia envelopes. Oh, here I tried something different. I collaged just a bit of brown paper bag first, and then put a little bit of paper. I stamped it and then put a little bit of paper over the top. And then I just did some Christmassy ones. I did the same there. Well, not Christmassy. I mean, that would be beautiful in that book. But just those sorts of colours. And because I'm going to make some more Christmas journals, some different ones. And then I've done some envelopes, so there, but I didn't do anything on that side because, isn't that lovely? That's recycled paper, because beautiful quality. I might decorate it or leave it, or just put a little teeny tiny collage, because that's a great space to write. And then I did some of these sort of Havana coloured recycled ones as well. Bit of out of breath. I'm not breathing. And that's why I'm a bit agitated, because I haven't got a plan and it's causing me anxiety. And the other thing I forgot about, which is really cool, are these. A little cartapaglia thing, sort of notes sort of things that I found at the, what's it called, at the wholesalers the other day. They're really cool. I was thinking about, I think I might, I've got quite a few great cartapaglia or straw paper products now. I've got these envelopes here as well, which are really cool, and they're expandable. I'll just show you, and I quite often put those in my journals. And then I've also got bigger ones as well. Now they're not cheap to buy these, but I've used these before, and these are also expandable, and these would be really great to make journals. So I'm going to do some projects with these hopefully this week, and when I've done all my projects and stuff, I will be probably putting them, and also the papers, the bigger papers, I'll be putting them in my shop, because that's something that's really Italian. I don't think I've ever seen it anywhere else. And it's really lovely, textural, wonderful paper to use in your journals. So that's that spiel. Right, let's get moving. So, as I said, I prepared all these things so I can make some more tags. I've got, oh, what's this mess over here? Oh, these are all those Tim Holtz. I never cut those up. You know how they divide the scrapbooking paper into 4, so I thought maybe I could have some flip outs there. And then I've also prepared some bits and pieces that can become, oh, that's just a piece of scrapbooking paper that I will probably stitch into a corner, and it will make a pocket, and I'll probably round that corner there, a pocket on 2 sides. And then these are to make pockets, and I'm not sure about this gorgeous thing from the Stamperia paper. These here, they might be tuck spots. And then I've got these little bits. I thought I might show you how I might somehow turn those into tags. I'll put those over there because there might be a bit of stitching going on today. And then these are going to be pockets. It's a bit grey. Like, I know lots of people love that Tim Holtz industrial paper. I loved all the script in it, but when I received it, I found it's a bit dark and grungy for me, bit grey. So I do like the writing, so I thought here I'll do some kind of collage-y, something happening. So even that's already better to me. I like that. I like that more because there's, yeah. So that's what I'm thinking about there. And then these pieces were left over when I was cutting up for my signatures, not that one. But oh, I heard the door outside go. I thought it might be Lulu. She couldn't possibly come back that early from her granny's. So these are going to be kind of flippy uppies or and also stitched in as tuck spots, and I thought I might do something different today. Who knows? And then I've got these things. Let's work on these things first. So I'll do what I don't need the sewing machine for. This here. No, I need the sewing machine for that. Oh, I don't know what that one's doing. They're just extras. So these are just envelopes. So what I was going to do was, I have a stamped envelope here. It's just a manila sort of colour. I don't know what you call that. I thought I might glue this on here. Yes, I think I will. And what glue am I going to use? I'm going to put the glue here because, oh, and I've forgotten to go and look again for an old Fidelity card or credit card so I can spread the glue around easier. I'll have to do that. It's such a good idea. Thank you to whoever suggested that. Okay. So let's just put the glue on like this. I'm going to have to go out and buy some new glue soon. I had a big stash of it and I've used it. Okay. Right, we'll just put that over there upside down. And now which way is the up on my envelope? That way. So I want this to be, because I thought this is really pretty and it could be really nice to, it's very decorative, and I thought it could be nice to write. What I really like about these printed doilies is when you write on them. I did it in my own journal. I think it was in my Australian, which by the way I have to get onto that one again as well. I might do that soon. Now I'm not sure whether I want to trim that off. I think I do. I think I don't want that hanging over there. I think I don't like it. So we'll just trim that off. So there's no lessons to be learned here. Gluing a piece of paper all the way over an envelope. But I like it. I might decide to do something else. Let's just put it aside to dry and have a think about it. Throw the rubbish on the floor. Right. So that's that. And let's see how that would look here. I've never done a video like this where I'm in the process of, I'm just moving the camera so you can see. I'm sorry guys. It's a grey day again, so I'm probably casting shadows. Here we go. So for example, that could slip on there, and I like that, you see, and then you can flip it up and you can put things in it. So that's a possibility. I don't know. I'll see what else I create. So that's one. We'll put that on the side, and I think I'm just going to leave it because it's a really nice place to note things down on, or just decorative, or whatever you like. So I like that. Put that over here, and then I had another envelope here that I've stamped. Now what I did was I stamped on this side and on the flap, but not on this side. This side I'm going to collage. This is something new for me. Not the type of collaging. Sorry, there's some messages on WhatsApp coming in my phone distracting me. Right. Oh, I don't have my wet one. I'll have to get a wet one because I'm going to glue all over my table. Oh my goodness. So Lulu was picked up by her grandparents today, and she does her homework at her grandma's. And her granny was a teacher at her middle school years ago for many years. So she loves it when Lulu goes there. She taught Italian, history and geography. And she's also quite the expert in philosophy as well. So Lulu is very lucky because her dad is an architect. And so she's covered there with maths and all, technical drawings and that sort of thing. And then I love art history and art and all that sort of thing. So she's pretty well covered for most of the subjects at school. But she didn't have too much homework today, so I'm wondering whether they're going to arrive here quickly. Unless her granny rings me and I have to go and pick her up. But usually she brings her because she likes to, my mother-in-law goes out quite a lot. She's not one to stay at home unless she's cooking up a storm. So, who knows? I might have to cut the video off short and have done nothing. So that piece is going to go there. Tell you what, these papers that I bought in Florence and Venice are the best investment ever. Love them. Love ripping them up and putting bits and pieces here and there. Okay, so yesterday I got another growth chart order. I'm going to start that tomorrow. It's a Christmas gift, so it's not too urgent, but I like once they're paid for, I'm sorry to take a long time. So sometimes I do take a long time because I just can't physically get them done. But I've just got to do this journal now, and then I can work on that. So that's pretty good. So that's going to be another one, and that could attach. And for example, I've got a bit of a mess over here now. I could attach, you know, a lovely image or something like that. I'm not sure. A bit indecisive today. I've lost all my images now in my mess. Where have they gone? Oh dear. I mean, I just had a flash. You could stick something like that on and it could open it. Oh, I think that's so pretty. The colours go so well, don't they? I might stick that on and it might open out. You could write on it. Yes, I'm going to do that. Or put a photograph in it or something. Okay. Am I going to do that? I think I like it that way more. I folded it the wrong way. So I think I might glue that down there. And that's becoming very complicated, aren't I? Okay, so let's glue this down. I'm going to use my PVA glue because I think that's stronger than the glue stick, and this is quite a resilient paper. Who knows? Just make things up as you go. Okay. So I think I'll put that there. I really like the colours. Can you see am I in screen? Yes. So I like the colours there. Wouldn't it be good if I knew how to put videos together so that if Lulu came home, I could stop this video and then come back and attach another video? That would be clever. I think it's asking a bit too much of me at the moment. Okay, so who knows what that will look like. Oh, it could look good. Okay, so that's another envelope done. Bit of a crazy one, isn't it? But anyway. And then I have this other envelope, one of those lovely Havana recycled envelopes. So I stamped it. I'm going to put a washi tape there. And then here I'm going to collage these. So I'm just going to tear this gorgeous music paper that I bought in Nantes. Because isn't it funny how your favourite... And I had it upside down. Do you know I have no idea about music? I could put everything upside down because I have no idea about which way they're supposed to go. It's terrible. I shouldn't admit that. It's terrible. But I never really studied music except at, you know, basic school level, and it wasn't my forte. I didn't really like it very much. I don't have a musical ear. And so it was my least favourite subject. It's funny, as I married, my husband for middle school, he went to the conservatory of music and played the flute. Now he plays the electrical guitar, and he has a total musical ear and can just play songs just by hearing them without even reading the music. So hopefully Lulu got that from him. She seems to be a bit more musical than I am. She doesn't do too badly at music, you know, playing the guitar and stuff at school. So, and she certainly sings better than I do. Huh. It's not hard. Okay, I was blabbing and not concentrating. I think I made a mistake because I think I was meant to put the... Oh, that'll be all right. I was meant to put that. Let's take it off before it dries. I'll just re-glue. Oh, there we go. Fixed it. I wanted to put that underneath. So let's get the PVA glue. This could be a long video. It could be a very short video. I could just decide, that's it, I'm done. The flow has stopped. Not feeling it anymore, and I might have to stop. Okay. I mean, I made a whole lot of tags and things like that a while back on video, and I haven't used them all yet. But I always feel like I need to make something else. And that's why the whole journal process seems to take longer than it should. Okay. So I'll just put that, I'm going to cover up those 2 men, it doesn't matter. I like that. Okay. So that's that one done. Just another decorative element that you can put into your journal. And I'll fix that there after. Now what's next? Oh, let's have a look at this. But I will need to bring my sewing machine over. Okay, I can't get the lid back in. It's got too much glug in it. Okay, just put that over there. Now move all this mess and bring the sewing machine over. Okay, move the journal. Journal's in the way. Put it over on my cutting board, on my chopper. We might do those as well. Okay, so here, what I've done is I've folded this one big piece into 3, and I had to decide whether I wanted, because when you fold it like this, if you open it this way, this is the correct direction, so you know the writing's right. But then when I close it, here it's upside down. So what I thought was best was to have it that way, and when it opens it's just going to have to be upside down. So I think, let me think about, I've never made one of these before. Let me just move my sewing machine. I think what I've done is I've just torn up, don't need my glue, I'll close that so it doesn't dry. I've just torn some paper, like scrap papers, to the right size to go in here. But oh no, I think I'll glue that. Okay, so what I want to do, if I've decided this is the top, I'm going to stitch across here with my sewing machine. Now, someone asked me if I could teach how to sew on the sewing machine. Like, I would assume that if you're going to sew on your sewing machine, you know how to thread your machine. They're all pretty similar. A lot of people use heavier needles. You can do that, sewing machine needles. I only use the regular one, the 90, I think it's 90. Do I have the packet in here? Oh, it's lost its lid. They're just the 90 ones. They're just the regular ones which you stitch with cotton. I find my sewing machine goes through them. I have a Pfaff Hobby 1142. It's middle of the range sewing machine. I haven't changed my needle forever. I normally change it when it breaks, and I even continue to stitch the fabric. I'm shocking, I know. I think what's important is every so often to open it up here and clean out all of the lint and the dust and stuff that goes in there. I probably need to do that. I find that it's fine with a regular needle, but if yours machine doesn't, then just get a thicker needle, like for jeans or leather or something like that. So basically you put your what's this called, your foot down. It's just a regular foot, just for regular sewing, and I'll just stitch across here. I don't need to back stitch. Now what I do recommend is you don't need to push it through with your hands. You just have your hands there lightly guiding it, and the machine will go straight. If you try to control it too much with your hands, because paper's kind of slippery, whereas fabric's a little bit less slippery, it'll jiggle about a lot. And when I sort of forget and I try to maneuver it too fast, it jiggles. So I'm just lightly touching it and lightly guiding it, just in case. But really my machine will go straight. It helps to turn your machine on. And I'm stitching quite a lot of pages. I'll tell you how many pages here. Okay, and so doesn't matter if it's not straight. And now I have my stitch on about 2.5, and it's actually, because it's quite thick, it's come out a little bit shorter. But it doesn't, that's kind of irrelevant, but keep your stitch a little bit longer, sort of thing. That's what I'm trying to say. And I've just clipped it into place so it didn't move. And I'll tell you how many sheets I did. My hands are cold, it's getting cold. I think I did, that's 10 sheets of paper. Some are thicker, some are normal. Now what I want to do here, I don't like to leave it like that. What I like to do is, now where did I put it? Over here. I like to put maybe a piece of fabric. I found a little box of scraps. Very excited because I got low on scraps. I've been using them so much, I was quite low. That's a beautiful piece of linen. Now that would be lovely there. I've got this, but that's, well, that's got bulk. I've got some hemp here. Hemp's nice. I have some, oh, this was a fabric that I bought in London at the cloth shop. It's an Indian hand-woven, hand-dyed fabric. Some retro fabric. Oh, I have so many bits and pieces in here. It's exciting. Here's a nice bit. It's already the right width. Don't want to, I might even have to trim it down a little bit, just a little bit. And now let me see if I've got any other exciting bit. Oh, I like that piece. It's a really old textural piece of hemp. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I'll pay attention. No, not that one. Okay, and then what I would like is a piece, and I'll get that in a second. So first, let me just, and I don't want it to go right across. I just want it, sorry, I just have to stand up, guys, and get my fabric scissors, because those scissors don't, these ones don't cut fabric anymore. And I just want to trim it down because I don't want it to be too wide. Just drop that on the floor and trim that bit off. Okay, I'm on the screen, yes. Sorry about the shadows, it can't be helped. I'm going to put that there. And then what I would like is, if I can find it here, or a piece of lace is nice. Some kind of trim. I just put those down on the floor, put those over there. A little bit disorganized. Not that one. Let me see. I've got it in here somewhere. Look at that. That was going to be on a little cuff. I can't bring myself to cut it. It's so pretty. Like something like this. Let's see what this looks like. Now, if I were to put that one on, which I really actually do like, I would need to use this one so there's more this gorgeous textural sort of linen. It's not old, but it's lovely. I would need to use a piece of that. So let me just try a piece of that. Yeah, it's all a bit of trial and error. Okay. Right. That's a bit wide. Just cut it again. Okay, move those out of the way. They're annoying me. Okay, and put that there. No, it's not doing it for me. Right. So let's see another piece. Oh, maybe this could be pretty. This came from Homestead Treasures. I like that. That's it. And I'm going to cut a little bit shorter. Now let me see if I like it more with the hemp. I don't think so. I think it's too blendy with the hemp. I think I'm going to put the linen. And I basically will just hold those in place and stitch them and hope they don't slip. Okay, so let's see here. So just put them together like that. Put it more or less in the middle. Here, actually, I'm just going to put it slightly above. I've got some folding over space here. So that's about the middle for me. I'm just going to pick it up Now the tricky thing is I have to slide my sewing machine back over. Okay, right, here I am. And now I'm just going to make sure that's in place. Hold it under, and stitch. And my thing has unthreaded, so I have to come back up here, rethread the sewing machine. Hopefully I can see. Just trim it off because it's probably not even. And that happened because I didn't pull. I'll tell you why. I only had a short end here, like with my here through my needle, I only had like a short bit like that. Let me just move this, sorry guys. Yeah, I only had a short bit, and so it unthreaded when I went to stitch. So what I need to do is pull it longer. Doesn't seem to happen to the bottom, but the top thread you need to pull it longer, otherwise it'll unthread. Okay. And as far as the tension in the sewing machine, I've got it at just under 3, between 2 and 3, but towards the 3, and it seems to be good for me. There we go, and that is stitched in place, and it's so simple but really pretty, so I like that. So let's move the sewing machine out of the way. I don't think I need that again. Now, I was going to stitch in place the cord that I need to tie it, but actually I think I will glue it. So what I want to do, I think, is round these corners. I always think that's just finishes it off. And you could go ahead and embellish. I might put a bit of lace on or something, I'm not sure. Let me just have a look at it, see how it is. So I've just rounded those corners. I like that. And do we need any lacy bits? Do we need them? Let's see. I mean, that's pretty on there. Little piece of that would be nice, because then you open it up and then you've got the other piece. I seem to be attracted to this piece. That's nice. It's all nice. I think I'm just going to glue a little piece of this in because I just like that. And I'm not going to go overboard embellishing this because the paper is so pretty. It doesn't need it. I'm just going to put a little bit of PVA on here. I noticed that a lot of people use hot glue for gluing these sorts of things, but I find I don't use my hot glue that much. I use it like, you know, if I'm making a Christmas wreath or something like that and I have to glue all my pieces on, because my glue, I don't know, it's probably my glue gun wasn't very expensive. You know, big blobs of glue come out, and then when it dries, I find it's hard, and then you've got it's lumpy. So I prefer to use PVA glue for this. So I think that's just pretty long there. I think that's all the decoration it needs. And now what I need to do is, I might have to hot glue this, who knows. I don't think it'll be a problem because I'm going to, unless I decide, I could attach that to the page here. So do I have a piece of paper that I can pretend it's a page? So just say this is my page, and I attach it. I could decide to leave that open there, and it'll be a pocket. This is a really cool thing. I must remember, and in my next video say who I saw this from. I'm sure it was one of those clever ladies that I just love their work. I will do my best to go and have a look before I post this video, and see who it was, so that way I can tell you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around here to the where I think the center is, and I'm going to put a line of, not gonna, put a line of, I don't think that's the middle, but it doesn't matter, PVA glue, and I'm going to glue that down. I like this, this whatever it is. It's not really cord. Don't know what it is. It is definitely hemp or linen. And it was going to be used, the lady told me, they would use it for doing, making, you know, lace. It's called tombola and stuff like that here in Italy. Not macrame, I don't think. I think it was going to be more for a type of lacy sort of trim for clothing. Okay, I have to go. I'll be back. See you soon. Bye.